Hi everyone, welcome back to Microbiogenics. Today the topic of my discussion is the role of homopolymeric tailing in the process of cDNA library preparation. First of all, cDNA is synthesized from an mRNA and then this cDNA is cloned in a suitable plasmid. This is the method. So for the purpose of cloning, in order to clone this cDNA into a plasmid, what is essential? So the most essential thing is the complementarity between the cDNA and the plasmid. Complementarity between the insert and the vector is very much essential for the cloning process. Here the insert is cDNA and the vector is the plasmid. In order to generate this complementarity, the cDNA is treated with the enzyme responsible for homopolymeric tailing. So homopolymeric tailing basically generates the complementarity between the insert and the vector. So let's look how the method occurs. The starting material for cDNA library preparation is the eukaryotic mRNA. So this mRNA is first converted into complementary DNA. This mRNA will be converted into complementary DNA, and then this mRNA, this is the mRNA. This mRNA will be degraded in the next step by RNase H. So only the cDNA will be left behind. So this is the cDNA that will be left behind after the degradation of the eukaryotic mRNA, and then in the next step this cDNA is treated by the enzyme terminal deoxynucleotide transferase, that is the enzyme responsible for homopolymeric tailing. So this cDNA is treated with the enzyme in presence of a single residue, in the presence of a single dNTP. And in this case the dNTP is dCTP, that means deoxycytidine residues. So this DNA is treated in the presence of TDT enzyme and CDN and dCTP. dCTP is the homopolymer here and TDT is the enzyme responsible for homopolymeric tailing. So this cDNA is treated in presence of these two, and the product we get is a cDNA having oligo C residues attached to the 3' end of the DNA. So the product will be like this. The cDNA will be homopolymeric tailed by the cytidine residues. Oligo C residues will be attached to the 3' end of the DNA. After the treatment of this cDNA with the enzyme and dCTP, what we get as a product? We get a cDNA that is having C residues attached to the 3' end of the DNA. So this DNA is homopolymerically tailed. Now this cDNA is converted into its double-stranded form, because cloning cannot occur by single-stranded DNA. We cannot clone single-stranded DNA. In order to clone the DNA, we must convert the DNA into double-stranded form. So here we get a homopolymerically tailed single-stranded DNA. So this single-stranded DNA is next converted into its double-stranded form. So after the synthesis of the complementary strand, the DNA will look like this. So the DNA will have overhang at the 3' end. There will be a overhang that will be required for the cloning purpose. So the vector that will be choose, must have complementarity with this overhang. The vector must be complementary to this overhang. Otherwise cloning cannot occur. So what type of vectors might be used? What type of plasmids will be used? Plasmids having overhang of guanine residues will be complementary to this overhang. Guanine will pair with cytosine. So these cytosine residues will pair with this guanine residue and the DNA will be cloned. So this is the case. This is how the homopolymeric tailing method helps in the cloning of cDNA into a plasmid. So what is the benefit of using homopolymeric tailing method in this process of cDNA library preparation? This is a question. So first of all, this homopolymeric tailing method converts the blunt-ended DNA into a sticky-ended form. So blunt-ended DNA ligation is quite difficult. It is not as much easier as sticky-ended ligation. So the first need is to convert the DNA into a sticky-ended form. So by the process of homopolymeric tailing, a blunt-ended DNA is converted into sticky-ended form that makes it easier for cloning process. When we convert the blunt-ended DNA into sticky-ended form, then the cloning process becomes much more easier. So the first advantage is the conversion of blunt-ended DNA into sticky-ended form. importance of homopolymeric tailing method is during the synthesis of double-stranded cDNA from single-stranded cDNA. So when we are trying to convert this single-stranded DNA into double-stranded form, DNA synthesis is required for complementary strand synthesis. So DNA synthesis requires primer binding. First of all, primers must bind to this DNA and then only DNA polymerase will act. Then only the DNA polymerase can initiate DNA replication. Without the help of primers, DNA polymerases cannot perform DNA replication. So primer binding is a very much essential thing that is required for double-stranded cDNA synthesis. So this primer binding, the primers must bind to appropriate sequence of the DNA. Otherwise, the end product will be not accurate. So primers binds to particular site on the DNA and then only the initiation of DNA replication occurs. So primers must be complementary to the respective site. Otherwise, there will be errors. For the accurate synthesis of primers, we require our DNA sequencing. Otherwise, primers will not be exactly complementary to the DNA. But in this step, if we use the homopolymeric tailing method, then the primer designing becomes much more easier because only single nucleotides are present in the homopolymeric tail. We have seen that the homopolymeric tailing is done by C residues. So C residues are added to the 3' end. So in this step, the primer designing becomes very much easier because we can easily synthesize primers that is having sequence GGGG. This is another advantage of homopolymeric tailing method. What is the advantage? If homopolymeric tailing is not done in this step, then primer designing is quite difficult because we do not know the sequence of the DNA. For the synthesis of the primer, DNA sequence must be known. Otherwise, we cannot design the primers. But if we use the homopolymeric tailing method, the primer designing becomes much more easier. Why it becomes easier? Because single nucleotide primers are easy to design. We know the homopolymer that is attached to the 3' end and we can easily design the primer against that homopolymer. So this method is much more easier than the DNA sequencing method. So this is how the homopolymeric tailing method helps in the process of cDNA library preparation.